the shoe fell apart, like totally apart. The heel was this way and the front of the shoe was that way. And there I stood in my lovely dress and my things fall apart shoes. Hi guys, so let's talk about a few things that you should never go cheap on. I know things are tight, the economy is dealing with everyone, inflation and all of that, but still there are certain things that you should never go cheap on because the consequences will be almost life-threatening. So if it's something you would like to see, please stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and welcome. So the first thing that you should never go cheap on is healthcare. No matter how hard it is, try to get adequate and proper healthcare for yourself, your children, your spouse, everyone in your house, okay? Because the repercussions of going cheap on healthcare, like getting cheap drugs or getting over-the-counter drugs, self-medication, is life-threatening, and there are people that have done that and they're not alive to tell the story today, okay? So certain things you shouldn't go cheap on. The number one on that list is healthcare. You must never go cheap on healthcare. As much as you can afford, try to get proper healthcare. Like, we live in Qatar, the healthcare here is amazing. All you need is your health card and you can walk into a Hamad hospital and you get proper healthcare. So do not go cheap on healthcare because you'll suffer the consequences. I'm telling you. I know a couple of people who have had to suffer 1 or 2 organ malfunctions because they went cheap on healthcare, or they got healthcare that wasn't proper and they suffered the consequences. So please, I beg you, don't go cheap on healthcare. Try to get proper healthcare as much as you can, the one that you can afford, but proper healthcare. The second thing on my list that you should never go cheap on is food. You know, as I grow older, as I've grown older, hey, I'm 18. But anyway, as I grow older, I've become more and more aware of the things that I put in my body. And you will catch me at the grocery store spending minutes reading the ingredients on every item I'm about to buy. Sometimes it pisses my kids off, but they'll thank me later because I have to know what's in the can of juice. I have to know what's in that corned beef can that I'm about to buy. Try as much as possible to get proper groceries for your home. Well, I know things are tough and all that, we're all going through it. But you know, if you buy substandard food or food that have unhealthy chemicals in them just because they're low priced, you'll suffer the consequences later. Your liver, your kidney won't be happy with you, okay? Don't just buy it just because it's on sale or just because the price is the cheapest. Find out what's the ingredients in the food before you're about to buy it. Please don't go cheap on food. Its consequences are really grave and you may not recover from it. Another thing that you shouldn't go cheap on is knowledge, books. Take that course, pay for that course, buy that book. If it's an audio book or a physical book, pay for knowledge. Knowledge is something that you will never ever regret buying into. Okay, so these are things that you shouldn't go cheap on. Don't go cheap on knowledge. If you find something interesting that you want to learn about, if it costs $5, $6, pay for it and gain that knowledge. There's no knowledge that is lost. Books are amazing. There's this app called Headway app. You know, it's amazing. You get audio books, so you can read and study and gain knowledge. Don't go cheap on knowledge. There's so many people selling courses online, master classes. If it's something, if there are topics that you want to improve on, pay. Don't go cheap on knowledge, pay. Like for my filming, there's certain apps that I use to edit my videos. I pay because they help me. Okay, so books, knowledge, or anything that has to do with improving your mind, don't go cheap on them. Pay for knowledge. Knowledge is power. The next thing you shouldn't go cheap on are shoes. Have you ever been embarrassed by shoes before? That happened to me. One time I bought some really cheap shoes. They look really cute but really cheap. And I was going for a function. Midway into the venue of the function, the shoe fell apart. Like totally apart. The heel was this way and the front of the shoe was that way. And there I stood in my lovely dress and my things fall apart shoes. So guys, as much as you can afford, try to get really good quality shoes so you don't get embarrassed. Please, 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 I'm begging you. You don't want to be in my shoes. Please don't go cheap on shoes as much as you can. Try to get, there are shoes that are not extremely priced, they're not luxurious, but they're good quality, of good quality. Try to get those, please. Avoid those ones that they just put gum and they just gum them together and put them in the shops, please. Don't go cheap on your shoes. Thank me. Next thing that you shouldn't go cheap on are car repairs. My mechanics, I agree to you guys. Guys, never go cheap on car repairs. If your car has a problem, a flat tire, or the brakes are not working, try to get the very best parts to replace those parts that are worn out, please. Don't go cheap on car repairs. Don't say, maybe it's just a faulty brake, I'll go and get a China-made one. Your whole family rides in that car. God forbid something happens and you have to blame yourself for not adding that extra $100 or extra 100 reals that you should have added to properly repair the car. Please don't go cheap on car repairs. I know sometimes the mechanics try to rip us off. God will judge them. But in the meantime, don't go cheap on car repairs. Try to get the best car repairs for your cars. If they're faulty, take them to a proper shop. Get them properly checked out, properly repaired, please. Lives are very, very valuable. There's no second chance at life, okay? Don't go cheap on car repairs. Final thing that you should never go cheap on are your bed sheets. Do you know how many hours we spend sleeping in our lifetime? Depends on how long you live. A lot. So why would you want to sleep on bed sheets that are not comfortable? There are lovely quality bed sheets that you can get for good prices. You just have to look around for them. IKEA they have lovely cotton bed sheets that you could buy and sleep properly. There are so many lovely quality bed sheets that you can get for good prices. You just have to search for them, okay? Don't go cheap on your bed sheets. Sleep is very important for our overall well-being, okay? So let me know in the comment section if there's anything else you think we should never go cheap on, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day. God bless you.